I had spoken to him before, a few days before what he said was released, and we had actually discussed some of the concerns that he had raised about my fatherhood speech, and I told him that I absolutely believe that we have structural inequalities in this country that have to be dealt with, which is why I proposed making sure that health care is accessible for every American, making sure that we're investing in things like early childhood education to close the achievement gap, an infrastructure strategy that can help communities rebuild and create jobs. We have no disagreement there. My argument is simply that it's not an either-or proposition, it's a both-and proposition. The government and society as a whole has an obligation to deal with poverty, particularly poverty that's deep-rooted, not just in the inner cities, but in rural communities all across America. But we also have to recognize that there is a particular problem when more than half of African-American children are growing up without a father in the house, and oftentimes not even knowing their father. That is a problem, and I won't back up one bit in asserting that that's a problem that we have to be honest about. I've got something of a bully pulpit now. Obviously, I've sparked a conversation as a consequence of my speech, and I do think part of the role of the president is to offer his or her opinions about critical issues, not all of which can be solved by government, but make a big difference in the quality of our society. That doesn't mean that we're going to solve these problems overnight, but I'd like to think that if a president says that something's important, that some people might pay some attention.